plane, be on the lookout for terrorists. The government is warning about a possible terrorist attack using private planes instead of jetliners. Eyewitness News reporter Brian Jenkins is live from Compton Municipal Airport with the latest on this latest threat. Brian.
Well, with security measures having pretty much shut down access to commercial liners, the government fears that now terrorists may target municipal airports and small general aviation planes to commandeer them as part of their terrorist plans. Well, they've urged pilots to take extra precautions out here, keep an eye out for who may be loitering, people using altered IDs, but that's something pilots say they already do. They already fly from within higher fences with secured entrances and stringent ID requirements, which limit access to planes that are most often locked down. They usually know who they're flying with. All that in mind has general aviation pilots skeptical of the government's warning that they might now be in the crosshairs of terrorist plots.
The threat is on large enough aircraft to do some damage.
And these aren't?
Well, as we can see from that crash in Florida, these are not going to do a lot of damage outside of the size of the airplane.
Even if you put some explosive on, or some guy comes and puts a gun to your head and says, "Fly me here"?
Some guy puts a gun to my head. We're hitting that fence over there at about 90 miles an hour. I will not take anybody up.
There's a photo identification government thing with your driver's license. That associated with your pilot's license is a clear identification process. And I feel you really shouldn't have to go beyond the expense of that.
Tuttle says the government's threat assessment could apply to any form of transportation, that it's overkill. At the same time, she and some 60,000 general aviation pilots make up the U.S. Air Force volunteer civilian contingent called the Civil Air Patrol. They await new orders aimed at tripling their numbers. In the wake of terrorist threats, they'll be supplying surveillance help over coastal areas, the U.S. border, domestic sites at risk, and anywhere else U.S. forces need more eyes in the sky. But back to the security issue, there are general aviation pilots here who fear that the government may institute more security measures that may ultimately impinge on their ability to do business. So this could, for them, become a big pocketbook issue. Reporting live in Compton, Brian Jenkins, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. Back to you.
Thank you, Brian. Legendary director